Not too long ago, I did a video on the miniature and token maker Hero Forge. And in that video, it was just very, very basic, letting you know how to set up an account and what the categories of the account meant. And that was pretty much it. There's a reason why I didn't go any further, because I needed to make this video. And this is sad, really, because you don't want to make videos like this one. But I consider this channel a service to those who watch, as I always say in my tagline. And for those of you who are unaware what my tagline is, if this is your first time coming to the channel, welcome aboard. This is RPG Elite. This is the place where we put the RP back into RPG by giving you tips and tutorials and real talk about the tabletop RPG space and culture, but also giving you tools, which is what we are looking at today. And it's a good tool. But you know, Murphy, right? Murphy has to come in and just spoil everything. And this is the case here. Hero Forge has been around for a minute. You might already know about this, but maybe you don't. And there would be a good reason why you wouldn't know. Just because how things are set up over at the website. But we have to get into this because it's very important. So I'm going to break down this very important thing and why this is probably going to be something that you will not, actually, you should not use Hero Forge for this particular thing. Don't do it. So let's just get right into this and get rolling. So what I'm talking about is the terms of service. Yes, the terms of service. You know you love it. You know you look through every terms of service when you get a piece of new software or when you're going to a new website. Oh, you love it. You love just going through the minutia of all that legalese and getting lost in it. Oh, we look so forward to that. Yeah, not so much. But in this case, you better, because there are big problems with Hero Forge's terms of service. Let's get down to brass tacks and look at some of the specifics. And we're only going to look at part of the terms of service, the problem part. So in the terms of service, it talks about character designs and content. We're going to focus on the part called content and how they define content in their terms of service. The content includes, but is not limited to, information, data, text, images, graphics, registered and unregistered trademarks, illustrations, videos, software, audio clips, 3D models, as defined below, or other forms. All content is copyrighted and subject to other intellectual property laws and is either owned or used with permission by Sky Castle Studios. This includes, but is not limited to, all parts, pieces, sections, and designs of body parts, 3D models, equipment, accessories, and items in the character creator, both in aggregate and as separate pieces. Now, this part is not the problem part, because this part makes sense. If you are going to go to their website and use the parts and pieces to create something, you are creating it from the parts and pieces on their website. So you have to go to their website and you are using assets to put together a unique character, but again, it's using their stuff. It's using actually their art. So that part makes total sense. I get it. No problem so far. However, it's when we get to the next part when we get into some deep issues. Except as set forth in this user agreement, you may not reproduce, distribute, transmit, modify, adapt, translate, distribute, sell, license, publish, publicly perform, prepare derivative works based upon, or otherwise use or exploit the content. For the avoidance of doubt, you expressly agree that all intellectual property rights in and to any and all character or other design depictions or any 3D models that you may create on or through the site, character designs, and all content are the property of Sky Castle. Whoa. There are some huge issues with that part of the terms of service. And we're going to focus on the 3 main problems. Now, this will probably only affect those of us who are content creators. So, and I know I got a few of you out there, but we're not talking about content creators just as far as making videos. If you have a website, or maybe you're a novelist and you're going and you're creating a character using Hero Forge, then listen up. This is a bomb. Let's get into the first of the 3 major problems for all of us content creators, because I fall in all 3 of those categories. So when it says publish, what this is going to do, it's going to prevent you from publishing maybe screenshots, portraits, even tokens, even top-down tokens. It is going to prevent you from using those at your website or publishing it just about anywhere if there is any commercial purpose to it at all, which in a nutshell means you can't make any money doing this. None. Now, for a lot of you, it's no problem. You're going over there simply to use it for that purpose anyway, for your personal tabletop RPG campaign or sessions. That's fine. Then you won't have a problem. This video is probably just redundant for you and you can probably just click off right now. But for those of you who like to use it for other things, maybe like me, and what I was thinking about using it for was for characters in my novels. Yeah, don't do it. So you cannot publish this on a website. You can't even publish this on a Facebook post where you are going to make any kind of money on it. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Now, what's the likelihood of Hero Forge coming after you for doing like an article on your website and talking about Hero Forge? You know, slim to none, really. I mean, if you are giving them, you know, some free publicity, then I'm sure that they won't do anything. Maybe. Because they actually could if they really wanted to, according to their terms of service. This is a very heavy-handed and aggressive terms of service, and there's bigger problems down the pipe. Now, it is a small chance, but it still is a chance they could come after you. Now, this is the one that is really specifically for videos. Listen, you cannot do tutorials on how to use Hero Forge. I was going to do that here on this channel. And this was going to be like a 3-part series for Hero Forge, giving them a little bit of love each time and just showing you guys how you can use Hero Forge for like 2D tokens and 3D tokens, and also, you know, how to do it for miniatures as well. Can't do it. You need to actually go to Hero Forge, go to their website, Sky Castle Studios, and you need to get permission to do a tutorial on their website. They don't want the free publicity, apparently, because they make it all convoluted to actually I just want to do a tutorial. I'm not, trying to do anything. Yeah, but you're gaining money from it, because if you got it monetized, then can't do it. Can't use it for commercial purposes. It says so specifically in the terms of service. You don't even know whether or not they're going to allow you to monetize that video. You might have to turn off monetization for that video, and you have to wait for them to respond to you. I asked about a week and a half ago now. I still haven't gotten an email. I don't know. And let me tell you something. At this point right now, it's not going to happen. I'm so sorry, y'all. I really wanted to do a tutorial video, but nah. And it's because of this next one. This one right here is the one that is the most egregious. So the published one, yeah, that's uncomfortable. The perform one, okay, that's getting even more uncomfortable. But this one right here, this is the most egregious, and I wouldn't use Hero Forge at all for any original work that you have, period. Don't do it. Because when they are talking about a derivative work, any content that is a derivative work, that means even if you go to Hero Forge and you make a character, and then you download a screenshot or you download a portrait or whatever, and then let's say this is your original character that you have for a novel, and then you want a artist to draw this particular character. And so you get them and you pay them to draw the character, because that is the illustration that you will be using in the novel. They own it. Any derivative works from the characters that are on their platform, they own the copyright to. Oh, it gets worse. Gets worse, y'all. It says all information and data connected to that character. Now they have a new beta feature, and it's called Lore. And on that, it has the token at the top, and then you can see here all of these empty spaces that you can fill in. Background, the name, all of that. According to their terms of service, they own all that. You might have just had that stuff and, wanted people to see, hey, this is a character that I made up. That don't do it. Do not use that feature. That's why I will not and do not use that feature. Just won't do it, because they will own the information tied to that character. Now, this is according to their terms of service. We just read it. So anything that you do on that website, and then you do any kind of derivative work, which would be if you went there, made a character, said, man, I really like that character, how it looks, and then you made a background and everything, and you decided, shoot, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write a novel about this. They own it. They own it. This is what they have said, because when this first broke, and this is a couple years ago now, when this first broke, they were like, well, it's not all that serious. It's like this. So this is from Hero Forge themselves. This is from Sky Castle Studios. This is what they said. In order to offer our service, we needed to be clear that we have absolute rights to any combination of assets created on Hero Forge and all information attached to it. There it goes again. If a person designs their novel's main character, see, they know what's up. On our site, it isn't like we suddenly own their novel, this character from it, or our owed royalties. But they can't download that particular model that was created and depicted using the Hero Forge service and resell those prints as their own. All right. So that seems like that pretty much solves the problem, right, Servant? What are you talking about, dude? And I would hope that it would, except there's only one thing. The terms of service do not say that. We just read the terms of service. That's not an old terms of service. That's still the terms of service that's on the website right now. So this is part one of this series. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you in part two the situations where you can still use Hero Forge, even though they have a supremely jacked up terms of service. There's still situations where you can still use it. And also, I'm going to give some suggestions to Sky Castle Studios to make that terms of service a little bit better than what it is, because me as a creator, and I'm not just talking about videos, but I'm talking about creating original characters and works, even in a tabletop RPG environment. Some of that stuff sometimes ends up in novels or other creative works, or just the fact that we just want to make a tutorial on our channel. I have some suggestions. Change that terms of service, and I'm going to give you some suggestions on what to change. Now, you can ignore me because who am I? I'm nobody, but at the same time, I'm just looking out for all of the tabletop RPG space, and how that terms of service is right now is ridiculous. You join me in on this. This is going to be kind of the question of the vid. It will be the question of the vid. The question of the vid is this: what do you think that they could say in their terms of service that would make things a lot easier for those who want to use their service for even original creative works, or just to make videos about Hero Forge? I would love to hear from you guys, because all I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that on over to them. And now some of you may not even use Hero Forge. And if you are one of those people who don't use Hero Forge, why are you not using Hero Forge? Does it have something to do with the terms of service, or does it have to do with something else? So I know that's an amalgam of actual multiple questions there, but I really want to hear from you in this regard. So go ahead in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. Hey folks, if you like this video and if it was informative for you, go ahead and crush the like button. Give a brother just a little bit of YouTube algorithm love. And also, if you like what you see here and you've seen a couple of videos, hey, consider subscribing, because I come out with videos every Tuesday and Friday. And God willing, I'm going to be doing this for a while. We got a lot of things in the background that are being done, and we're just building up a grand community here. All right, folks, that will do it for me. A brother has got to.
So exit, stage left.
Until next time, I just got to say peace. 5,000 leets. Oh yeah, a brother, he's outie.